Pros, it's Kate Kremers.
Thank you all for coming out tonight. Ooh, give it up for all the comics tonight. They've been amazing. So my name's Kate, and I'm at that point in my life where all my friends are having kids. Anybody else in here have kids? Yeah. That was not as enthusiastic as I would hoped it would be. Okay. So I don't have kids yet. And it's not because I don't want to have kids. It's just that I'm using the most effective form of birth control on the market, which is lesbianism. And some of you confused because you're like, why is that lesbian dressed like a kindergarten teacher? Well, most people don't realize I'm a vegetarian until I put on my Birkenstocks, my blazer, and I step into my Subaru. And people get really upset with me because they're like, Kate, that is such a stereotype. But I'm here to tell you that stereotypes exist for a reason. For example, every last Tuesday of the month, I have the Lexington lesbians over for Taco Tuesday. They all drive over, and pretty soon, my driveway looks like a Subaru dealership. And a lot of you probably don't realize this, but if you're in a lesbian relationship and you break up, the laws do state that you have to rock, paper, scissors to get to see who keeps the Subaru. I think some of you already know this. The lesbians always choose scissors, right? We can't be trusted with sharp objects. That's the first thing you should know. I really hate social media. The other day I was online and some guy called me a pussy. Yeah. And so I decided to write back and I said, well, it's like they say, you are what you eat. Certainly explains why you're a dick. Yeah. I love to play golf. Again, no one's shocked by this. Again, stereotypes exist for a reason. And I have an aunt, her name's Marianne. She is shockingly straight considering how good at golf she is. And the other day she was telling me she just realized the group of women that she's been playing golf with, she realized they're all lesbians. And I thought, well, surely there must have been signs, And so she shows me a photo and I look down and I said, wow, that's too many short haircuts to just be a coincidence. I was like, your suspicions should have been raised when you realized they all went to the same barber. And not to mention, they're all wearing matching polos that say Dykes on Spikes on the chest. That's a bit on the nose, right? They do look really cool when they all carpool in their Subarus, though, I'm just saying. Life goals. I'm not from here, and I've been spending a lot of time back home in Charlotte, and the reason is because my dad passed away. Before you panic, there are jokes here, don't worry. And, we'd planned on this. He'd been sick for a while. We'd planned on his funeral. We'd planned his expenses. The one thing we didn't plan on was what to do with his 40-year-old porn collection. Yeah, and I say porn collection. It's really more like a pornucopia. And my mom, God love her, she's a good Catholic woman. She was mortified. She's like, you've got to help me get this out of the house. So I said, okay. And she comes out with 3 large file boxes just filled to the brim with porn. And it's not like Hustler or Playboy. No. My dad went online and he printed off single images onto sheets of paper. And then he filled 3 file boxes with about 1,000 sheets, I'm guessing. And I looked down at all 3 boxes and I thought to myself, my God, no wonder there was never any ink in the printer. I had to go and print off my homework at school every day because Dad was too busy printing off porn like we were Kinkos. So I look at my mom. I was like, what are we going to do with this? We start shredding it, quickly break the shredder. And so then I say to her, I was like, let's just put this in the recycling bin. She said, no. What happens if a strong wind comes by, knocks over the recycling bin, and all of a sudden all the porn goes out into the neighborhood? And then now all the neighbors know that we have this porn. I said, all right, that's a little bit dramatic, but I see your point. She said to me, I want you to go around to all the other neighbors' houses and put the porn in their recycling bins. To which I said, absolutely not. I've got to teach kindergarten in the fall. If I get caught, I'm not going to be allowed within 100 yards of a school. So we settle on on going to the dump, and we get there. It's also the recycling center, so we decide to recycle the porn, and we drive over. I get out of her Subaru. Make of that what you will. And I get out with all three file boxes, and I look at my mom. She says, "Do you think anyone works here?" I said, "Surely no one works here. It's a dump." All of a sudden, a man in cargo shorts driving a golf cart pulls up and says, "Ma'am, can I help you?" My mom just takes off. She just leaves me there. So I'm there holding all three file boxes going, "Paper?" And he says, "Right there, but you're going to have to recycle the cardboard over there." So I say, "Of course." So I just start, gently unloading the porn into the recycling. And Mom finally comes back after I'm finished, and she says, "Should we say some words?" And I was like, "Over the porn?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay, I got this." "Bless us, O Lord, in this thy porn which we are about to destroy, and dear God, can you please see to it that Scott's heavenly printer never jams, and may his cartridges runneth over." So, I don't know if a lot of you know this, but when you pass away, the last people that should find out that you're dead is your cell phone company. That's something I learned. Because what happened is, I don't want to give away my cell phone company, but I can tell you that their initials start with AT&T. Yeah, they found out that he had passed away, and so they decided to turn off our cell phone service. So I was on the phone for about 3 hours with this woman and just trying to explain the situation to her, and finally she says to me, she's like, "You know what, you're just going to have to bring him in here, and he's going to have to sign over the account to you." I thought, all right, Mom, get Dad, get in the Subaru. Got the urn, got in the Subaru, and we went to the AT&T store. I said, "Here's Scott Kremers ready to sign over the account." And they said, "Oh my God, I'm so incredibly sorry. This has just been a huge misunderstanding. Listen, all you have to do is go home, print off a death certificate, and we can take care of this whole thing." So I go home, I go to print off the death certificate, and wouldn't you know it, the printer is still out of ink. Thank you all so much. Have a great night. Welcome back, Craig Ewing.
Give it up for Kate Kremers, everybody. Kate Kremers.